Hello, everyone. It is Shay in Silver Lake, Oregon. It is April 29th. It's 61 degrees and it's 7:15 p.m. It was 65 today with the 7-mile-an-hour wind. It was sunny all day. This sky was like ba-boom all day. All day. That was cool. Look at this. No clouds. Wow. So, I had to take my aunt to an appointment today. I went and visited my neighbor that fell, checked on her, and then also visited another good friend of mine and laughed with her a lot because that's what we do. We laugh together a lot. And so I managed to get all of this bed done. The only thing I have to do is pull these irises out and give these away, which I think I'll just pull them out the same time I pull. Lucky that I pull the echinacea and the daisy out, and I'll just give them to the same person because it'll be easier just to do it all at once. I can't really put this thing up because I want to be able to get back in here, but I want to block them from walking through it so they have to use the gate down here. I raked this out, so now I can go through and pull all the weeds out, but I also am going to get some dirt and maybe possibly pull up some of these Johnny Jumpers. There's like a couple good ones back here, right here. Those little tiny, these ones. Some of these, there's some over there. And maybe put them all in a pot and send them over to my neighbor and let her have some, or probably find some over here probably that are better. Because look at all these down underneath here. There's a bunch. So I want to give all those away. But let me tell you the good news. Okay, so this morning I get 2 texts, which I get them every morning. I get one from my BFF Elle, which is my best friend Elle. She sends me a devotion, a chunk of the scriptures every morning, a piece. She sends it out to lots of people, but read hers. And then I got another one from Vlad, and I've told you guys about him. Anyway, his actually really hit home because it really pertained to my attitude, being bummed and being upset about material things, which a dryer is a material thing. And I was all upset because the beautiful dryer that I don't get to keep because it's gas. Anyway, so I was all upset about that and was bummed. So my wonderful neighbors are going into Lapine tomorrow, and he said that he would take my dryer back for me. So, ooh, look at the moon. It's right on the other side right there. That's gorgeous. Anyway, so he said that he would take my dryer back. So I was like, okay, that's good. One less headache that I have to try to figure out. And which I'm so grateful for. You have no idea how grateful I am. And for Jay to do that for me is just, oh my gosh, look at this. Is this taking a beat down? I'm going to cut it. That is terrible. Okay, so I had a not bad attitude, but just and which is completely the wrong attitude. I should have been leaving it to God. Vlad had sent me a thing about how material things will get us not to focus on what we really need to focus on. It will like distract us and stuff like that. And so like I spent a lot of time thinking about the text message that he had sent me this morning. It's all scripture based. And so I was meditating on that for a long time, and then I was just like, okay, by about 10:30 in the morning, I was like, all right, I'm just going to call Habitat for Humanity. They're so nice. Those people are so nice. Love you, Rick. Love you, Greg. Love you, Lonnie. They're all just so good to me. And so I call them and I tell them, you know, because they were closed Monday and Tuesday. So I picked the dryer up Sunday. So they're closed Monday, Tuesday, so I couldn't even do anything about anything until today. And so I called them to tell them that I was going to bring it back and to please, I'll get in-store credit. Please put my name on a list for an electric dryer, and I'll just have to wait. And when, you know, if something comes in, to please give me a call and da-da-da. And of course, they're always so awesome. I can't even tell you how awesome they are. So they're like, no problem, Shay. We'll put you on the list. I got you on the list right now. So you'll be having, Jay will bring the dryer back. They know him too. They know everybody out here. And so they said, no problem. We'll get it done. Oh, that's so cute. Like the reflection of the frog. I'm sorry, my ADHD is all over the place. Anyway, so I was like, okay, I really appreciate it. I told him how beautiful the dryer is. Like, I mean, shiny, pretty material thing. Like, gorgeous. It is so gorgeous. Like, I wish I had gas. Like, it's gorgeous. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and use that as the thumbnail. I want to use the frog thing. So anyway, I was like, okay, no problem. And they were like, no problem, Shay. It's like, we're sorry. It didn't work out. Da, 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 da. We'll put your name on the list. And I was like, okay. So I hung up. Oh, and before all this, after I had read Vlad's text, then I was like, okay, the one thing I forgot to do was give it to God. That was like, I always tell people, give it to God. I've heard it a million times. I've read it in the scriptures. Give it to God. Give it to God. Of course, I wasn't doing that. And so I did that, you know, just let it go, let it go. And so I was like, okay, yada, yada, yada. And then a couple hours later, I get a call from Habitat for Humanity. A dryer had just walked through the door. And they're like, hey, when you bring back the gas dryer, we'll just swap out for this electric one. And I was like, you're kidding. I've got to call Jay to let him know because I don't want to like spring something on him because he thought he was just dropping off. So I called J&L and he's going to pick up swap it out for me. So sweet. And so now I'm going to get an electric dryer. So excited. So that made like my whole day so much better. And but I did feel a lot better after here's another echinacea that I don't know if that one's a good one or not. So I feel like 100 times better about getting all that taken care of. And now I'm going to get a dryer. If I would have just given it to God a long time ago, probably wouldn't have made the mistake that I made. But that's here nor there. It was a good lesson. It's always nice to have a lesson to remind you of what the important things are. And so it was a good teaching moment. And then also I have a friend that's coming from Idaho to visit. I'm super excited to see her. Yay! It's my Bodester's grandma, his real grandma. And I always enjoy when she comes. She's funny. She's uplifting. So I was starting to concentrate on being able to visit with her, which I have the Bodester tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then I also have him on Friday. It's going to be a long weekend for his mama. She's doing doubles. So I'm going to do everything I can to help her get through this upcoming week. So I'm excited about being able to actually be of some help for somebody. Look at that pansy. That's a cutie. And so there was that. I managed to come out here with a solid, good attitude and till the earth and get all of this done. And let me tell you what, remember all the grass that was right here that was stuck in between all this? This stuff is not grass. Well, maybe that piece is, but this stuff is like broken whatnot. Anyway, so while I was weeding this, because, you know, weeding is like not the funnest thing, that nobody wants to really do it. But the whole point that I'm making here is, while I was weeding the grass out, I was like, man, this is a pain trying to get in between each one of these echinacеas and digging out the grass and da-da-da-da-da-da. And then I was thinking, well, I should be grateful that I'm only weeding actual weeds, like that are in the ground, because Jesus has to actually weed out like the, you know, people. Like, he has to weed out people, and that's not a job that I would like, you know, like I wouldn't want to have to sift through people and, you know, pull out the, you know, not so, you know, good versus, you know, like good versus evil. I'd much rather weed the actual weeds, like actual weeds, than have to try to weed out people. So I should be grateful that all I'm doing is weeding the weeds out of the soil and not weeding the weeds for, you know. So I'm like, oh, that was a good lesson. And I started to be grateful for just having to pick out just plain weeds, that I can pull those out and call it a day. And I worked on this, just taking the shovel and edging. My son's going to have to come and pull all these big rocks out, and then I'm going to have to, he'll pull out all this, pull everything out. And I had this fantastic idea for right here. So I'm kind of excited about getting that going. This one is a big project right here, and this upcoming week is going to be super, super sunny. Like today was 65 degrees. Man, look at those onion or garlic. Whew. Those garlic, that garlic's looking good. And I've got like little onions everywhere. I have this onion that decided to grow on the sidewalk. Got these onions over here. It's like they're walking. I got a big old onion right here that doesn't need to be like, I need to pull out all these onions and start over. And then these are the big white onions, and they are looking good. Oh, my sister-in-law Susan is trying to call me. So I'm super excited that I've readjusted my attitude, and things are looking good, and I should have had a good attitude to begin with. I'm excited because I have a friend coming that I haven't seen in a while. Man, that moon looks pretty. And I had I have many blessings that I wasn't paying attention to, and to reassess everything, I'm super happy about that. Learned a good lesson, so there's that. And what else? Oh, I have the next bed I want to work on is I need to finish pulling out the grass clumps in here. and leveling it out. I need to fix this part too, because this looks terrible. I need to make a decision about this. But I at least want to get cleaned out before I do any decisions. And then there's that bed right there that's just a nightmare. And then there's this bed that's a nightmare that I need to figure out and get in here and clean. But this one's kind of small, and I need to move a bunch of this bark too that I had around this tree. And I'm probably going to have my son cut this tree down because it is not doing good. It's just mostly dead. It's not even showing any real signs of life like this one is. If you look closely, you can see that it's got green popping up all over it, but this one does not. So my son's gonna have to chop it down, and that's just gonna have to be a thing. And then I'm gonna pull, I think maybe the bark killed it or something. I don't know, because I don't really have bark around this one. It's just got grass. There's like a little bit, but not much. But this one, my dog always lays under. So I'm just going to have to come up with a different idea, which will give this bed more light anyway, because this one doesn't get a lot of light. So it'll help this out. And I've got a bunch of grass in this. I need to just edge it all out and figure it out. So I have this one, 1, 2, 3, and then the back half of that long one. And then it's going to be back to pulling weeds out of the sidewalk again. Going up and down and pulling out. And that's where I'm at. Everything else is looking pretty good. Ooh, look. I got flowers. Flowers again. That's good. It's good, 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 good. And my, see these ones? It's been getting pretty cold at night. I think I'm going to go get some clippers and clip this down. And, because it's an unhappy guy. Or maybe, I don't know if I should leave it or what the deal is. But I'm sad. I'm sad because that cost me $25 for that, and I should know better. But that's the crazy thing about gardening, is everything seems like those echinacеas. Like, I've had different color echinacеas, and the only echinacеas out here that I've been able to keep are the pink ones. I've had orange, red, yellow, white, and pink, and the only ones that live are the pink. I loved that red one that I first got, but it's the hybrids. The hybrids just don't like zone 6A. All right, I'm going to get going. So peace, love, and happiness. May peace be with you always. Have a wonderful day, week, hour, minute, month, second, year. You know the schmeal. Don't forget to rewind and be kind. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I want to throw a big shout out to my friend Kim. I can't wait to see ya. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.